Presidency reacts to criticism from former Labour Party's presidential candidate. Peter Obi describes him as shallow on the foreign scene. California Governor Gavin Newsom will sue Trump administration over move by President Donald Trump to deploy National Guard to Los Angeles. Good evening, this is News at 7 on Western Spring Television. My name is Okpayamuni. Former Chief of Army Staff Chukwudi Buratai has refuted claims of an attack on his convoy by suspected terrorists in Borno State. Speaking on Channels Television's Sunday Politics, Borno Senator Aliyu Dume alleged that Buratai was attacked by suspected Boko Haram members in the state. But a statement issued on Monday, the former army spokesperson Sani Usman said Buratai, who also served as Nigeria's ambassador to the Republic of Benin, is currently in the Federal Capital Territory. Usman described the claim of an attack as mischievous and utterly false, accusing the authors of a story of attempting to spread fear and confusion. He expressed appreciation to Nigerians who reached out to verify the well-being of the retired general. He advised the public to disregard the reports and want those behind the claims to desist. The Katsina State Police Command said it has foiled a kidnap attempt and rescued 11 kidnapped victims, comprising 9 females and 2 males along the Danmusa to Mara Dangeza village road in Danmusa local government area of the state. The police spokesman DSP Abubakar Sadiq, in a statement on Monday, noted that the success is part of a significant breakthrough recorded by the command in the ongoing fight against kidnapping and banditry in the state. He stated that the team encountered a group of armed bandits attempting to escape with their victims kidnapped from various locations within the state. A gun battle ensued afterwards, leading to the successful rescue of all 11 victims as the bandits fled the scene due to superior tactics and firepower. As investigations is ongoing to arrest the fleeing suspects and prevent further occurrences, the State Commissioner of Police Bello Shehu commended the operatives for their uncommon act of bravery and reaffirmed the command's commitment in collaboration with sister security agencies to fight the menace of kidnapping in the state. In the meantime, the Kaduna Police Command has arrested 27 suspected criminals after its operatives busted criminal hideouts in Kawo area of Kaduna. It was gathered that dangerous weapons, including knives, axes, cutlasses, and hard drugs, were recovered during the operation. The command spokesperson, Mansour Azan, who confirmed the arrest in a statement on Monday, said the action was in line with the directive of the Commissioner of Police to identify, flush out, and dismantle criminal elements threatening the peace in some designated areas. He said the Commissioner of Police, Rabiu Mohammed, reiterated the command's unwavering commitment to maintaining law and order across the state. Meanwhile, the Kaduna State Police Command has said that 13 suspects have been arrested in Kawo area of Kaduna State, where a naval officer, Lieutenant Commodore M. Buba, was murdered by a suspected phone snatcher on Sunday. The command's public relations officer, DSP Mansour Azan, said the late officer, who was a senior course student of the Armed Forces Command and Staff College, Jaji, was attacked and stabbed on the chest with a knife at a bus stop before Kawo flyover. According to the police, the unfortunate incident occurred when the senior officer had a flat tire while on his way from Jaji, and as he alighted from his car trying to change the flat tire, the unknown assailant suddenly appeared and demanded that he hand over his phone. When the officer refused, the assailant suddenly stabbed him on the chest with a local knife. The police also said that the assailant was subsequently overpowered and mobbed by nearby people who killed him on the spot, while the wounded senior officer was initially rushed to Manal Hospital but was confirmed dead on arrival. Following the incident, police said that its operatives carried a raid in the Kawo area and arrested 13 suspects with knives and other dangerous weapons. In other news, the presidency on Monday reacted to the criticism from former Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi, describing him as a shallow personality who is not well grounded in the issues of economics and governance. Special advisor to the President on Policy Communication, President Bola, disclosed this in a statement posted via his official X account, while stating that he was surprised Obi could agree with the economic policies of President Bola Tinubu, especially on fuel subsidy removal and the unification of foreign exchange, while I emphasized that it was obvious the former Anambra State governor and other opposition figures were simply after taking over power. On Monday, Obi challenged Tinubu to account for how his administration expended billions of revenue reportedly saved from the removal of fuel subsidy, while admitting that there was nothing wrong with the removal of the controversial petroleum subsidy and floating of the naira. Obi considered that he would have done the same if he were to be elected president. The former Anambra governor, however, argued that he would have implemented the policies gradually and in a more organized way than the adversarial way the federal government went about it. Governor Alex Otti of Abia State has strongly criticized discussions and subtle campaigns by some politicians for the 2027 elections. According to Otti, those talking about the 2027 elections in 2025 are trying to play God because there is no guarantee that anyone will see beyond tomorrow. Governor Otti said this when he received an audience of former governor of Abia State and the senator representing the Abia North Senatorial District in the National Assembly, Ojus Okalu and Chris Adigije, who once represented Abia Central Senatorial District. A statement by the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor, Ukoa Unjoku Ukoa, said both men paid Otti a friendly visit to commend and encourage him for the good works he is doing in the state, and also used the opportunity to discuss governance issues with him. The Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project, SERAP Nigeria, has urged President Bola Tinubu to direct the Minister of Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, to withdraw the threat to shut down 34 foreign embassies in Abuja over ground rent debts. The group's reaction followed the recent revelations by the FCTA that at least 34 embassies in Abuja owe rents for as far back as 2014. SERAP in a post on X on Monday warned that allowing Wike to carry out a threat would violate international law and diplomatic conventions. In a directive issued on May 26, Wike had ordered enforcement action on 4,794 properties with unpaid rents ranging from 10 to 43 years. You're watching News at 7 on Western Spring Television. Still to come, French national found dead in hotel room in Boko local government area of Benue State. We'll bring you more on this when we return.
Nigeria still has some breathtaking natural areas and national parks. These forests and wild places help maintain healthy ecosystems, clean rivers, rainfall, and even the oxygen we breathe. But if we allow our wildlife to be poached and our forests to be cut illegally, we may lose this forever. So let's do the right thing. Tell your families and friends not to buy illegal bushmeat or illegal timber from our protected forests. It's time to save our wildlife and forests in order to protect our natural heritage. Keep them wild, keep us safe.
Badamasi Adegoke Adelabu was a prominent figure in Ibadan politics and Western region before Nigeria's independence. He was a key founder of the National Council of Nigeria and the Cameroons, a political party that held lofty the torch of liberty for the two West African countries. He carved a niche for himself as a wordsmith and a creative speaker. The nickname Kwenkelemens was a natively corrupted version of peculiar mess, his bombastic English language style often used to score proceedings at the parliament. The author of Africa in Ebullition, a handbook of freedom for Nigerian nationalists, was Nigeria's Federal Minister of Natural Resources and Social Services between 1955 and 1956. He died in an auto crash on the 25th March 1958 at the age of 42. Western Spring Television identifies Adegoke Adelabu as a watershed character in history.
Up to 75% of all new human diseases come from animals. Ebola, anthrax, and monkeypox all came from animals. And as more dead wild animals are being transported to our cities, we risk introducing another disease outbreak. This will affect our health, economy, and well-being. So say no to illegal bushmeat, because protecting nature protects us all.
Welcome back. This is still news at 7 on Western Spring Television. A reminder of our headlines. Former Chief of Army Staff Chukwuka Butai denies attack on his convoy by suspected terrorists in Borno State. Katsina State Police Command 4 kidnap attempt and rescues 11 victims in Dan Musa local government area. Presidency reacts to criticism from former Labour Party's presidential candidate Peter Obi, describes him as shallow. On the foreign scene, California governor Gavin Newsom will sue Trump administration over move by President Donald Trump to deploy National Guard to Los Angeles. A French national has been found dead in a hotel room in the Boko local government area of Benue State. Identified as Pierre Gilles, 67, the deceased was reportedly a tourist. Benue Police spokesperson Udeme Edet said the hotel manager Emmanuel Laha reported the incident to the police on Sunday. According to Laha's report, the tourist took ill on June 7, but declined to be taken to a hospital. Concerned about his deteriorating condition, the hotel management brought in a medical practitioner to examine him, but he was already dead. Edet said investigations are ongoing and that updates will be communicated once the autopsy is concluded.